So I mean, it's kind of rare for a team to play the same team 3 times in a month. Does that do anything for you guys, mentality-wise, when you watch film? How does that look?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it changes too much. Obviously, both teams know what to expect now. It's just about us executing, playing our game, doing the things that make us successful, and it's going to be a good test for us. Obviously, they're a really good team. Their D are tough to beat, so we got to find ways to put it behind them and make them go to work.
You've been on a little bit of a good streak yourself. What's helping you find some success, especially getting points?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall our line has been going really good. We're supporting each other a lot. We're making plays. We're finding each other, keeping it simple. I think that's a big part of why we're having success, and finding ways to get to the net. And fortunately, they're going in right now. And
just in terms of Vegas and the focus against this team, the last 2 felt like they were real close. I mean, the numbers say a lot. But what's going to get it over the hump?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously last game, I thought we were really good 5-on-5. That's big. Obviously, Edmonton had a really good power play, and they have good players. They're going to make plays and eventually get one. So I think for us, it's continue to stay out of the box, continue to play 5-on-5 hockey, and when we're doing that, everyone's involved in the game, and I think that's when we're at our best.
Logan, a big part of that success, like last night at 5-on-5 is the neutral zone. What have you been doing in the neutral zone, like on backtracking, and on the defensive side of it to have success?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just being connected as, 5, being predictable for each other, and, coming back hard, supporting our D, giving them outlets, little things like that, allow us to play fast and allow us to, be on offense quicker.
Logan, you play the most demanding forward position, especially in the D zone, right? Going corner to corner, covering the net. How have you found your game start to mature on the defensive side? Because obviously you have a great offensive skill set, right? But skating-wise, has that helped you defensively? And how about in the D zone?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think coming off last year, you just also learn a lot too. I feel like, coming into the league, I didn't really know too much of, kind of what to expect, but just having that year last year allowed me to kind of build more confidence on both sides of the puck, and for me, that's what I wanted to be, as a 200-foot player, and can be reliable on both sides of the puck. So that's something I take a lot of pride in, and I think just being quick in the D zone, being in the right position allows you to play quick. So I think for me, that's been a big thing that I wanted to work on, and I'm still trying to learn.
And I know you like playing with your line mates, Gunther and McBain, but what's something that maybe we can't see that makes each one of those guys, just one thing that makes Gunther and McBain so special to play with?
Yeah, I mean, I think Gunther, everyone talks about his shot and, just his skill set. Obviously, that's unbelievable, but I think just how smart he is, too. He's good at finding spots on the ice that, a lot of guys can't find, and that allows us to get chances. And, he's really good at finding the soft ice, and allows me and McBain to find him. And I think with McBain, he's just, I think everyone kind of knows, but just how good his net front presence is. It's, he's a guy that, knows his role, knows what makes him a really good player, and he's super good at that.
Tonight against Vegas, and going back to the last 2 games, what have you guys kind of learned about making life difficult on their D? They're so mobile and big back there.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially early, I think we got to get it behind them. We got to make sure we're getting a bump on them. There's guys that play a lot of minutes for them on the back end, and I think when you're getting a bump on them, you're always in their face. It allows them to get tired and eventually kind of break down. So I think that's a big thing, is we got to be hard on their D. Obviously, hard on some of their forwards that make a lot of plays. So I think for us, it's just playing a physical game, simple early, and I think we'll like our outcome.
Second back-to-back in a week. Is there anything for you personally that you found that works on the second day of those back-to-backs that helps you feel better?
Not really. I mean, I think it's just obviously hydrating, like getting as much sleep as you possibly can. It's tough. Every team has to go through back-to-back, so there's no excuses. You got to find a way, and I think just taking care of your body as much as possible, and make sure you're ready to go by puck drop.
All right, let's start with line changes and goalie.
No line changes, no D changes. Staubby in the net.
Okay, what are you looking for out of him tonight?
Well, I think, first of all, we need to help him a little bit in the sense of he didn't play a lot for a while, and, we didn't have a lot of practice time because of our schedule and everything. But I think as a team, we need to help him, and I'm sure he will have a little bit of adrenaline, and that will carry him a little bit.
When you guys come up, 3 times you're seeing Vegas in a month, kind of unusual, but you're familiar with them now. So what's going to get you guys over the hump to get more success?
Well, if you look the last 2 times we played them, they're a really good game, really tight game. We played well, we generate good offense. I think there's like you said, familiarity in both teams. They know what we're all about. We know what they're all about. So it will come down to execution. I think we need to make sure we bring our speed to the table. That's our best asset. So when we put a lot of pace around them, we had success. But at the same time, they're heavy on puck, and like we know, they like to target the slot, and they go for quality over quantity, and they've been successful with that. So I think it's been a really good game against them. Now we need to find a way to get the 2 points.
Logan Cooley has had success not just against Vegas, but in the last 4 games. What have you seen from him that you're really liking?
Well, I think him and his line, I think they play really well. They play with pace. That Cool's line is often linked with how they play defensively. When they play elite defense, they have the puck a ton, and then their skill, their speed, their creativity, they generate a lot. When they wait for their offense, they're not as stingy defensively, and then they have to defend too much. So I think Boehner and that line bring a lot of accountability, a lot of toughness, aggression, so help a lot.
André, getting back to Jackson, what did you see through the coaches in Tucson with his play this year? And his short body work's been pretty good in the
exactly.
NHL.
I'm glad you said through the AHL coach, because I didn't see nothing. Yeah, we barely practiced. So I think first of all, he had success in the NHL last year when he played for Chicago, so that's a good thing. Second, he had a really good start of the season in Tucson, and they were confident in him, so that bring a level of comfort with him. I think Velada has a really good camp with us as well, so just the fact Stubby had the pole over there, I think that give us a level of confidence. And like I said, he did it before. I think those guys, I always say to you, when Mata arrived, you say, what do you expect? And I say, well, I expect him to be a pro, and in 21 days we'll know what he is. So I'm not any different with Stubby. I think we need to let him establish himself, give him the opportunity, let him be a really good pro, and we'll go from there. When
a new goaltender comes in like that, does it kind of ignite the group in front a little?
We'll see. No, I think it's. I think those guys are pro. I think they know we need to give him a chance, to feel the game, to jump in the game, and to play with urgency in front of him. Not any different than any other goalie. If you want to win the game, you need to play good defense. But he just bring a little spark in how important it is to give him a chance to establish himself in the game and get comfy in our game.
One more from me. Cooley's playing great offensively. Gunther, McBain's going through a really nice stretch. You ever wonder what the offense as a whole could be once some of the other guys get one?
Well, for me, the offense right now is going. You looked at the scoreboard. I'm looking at way deeper than that. And if you look at Keller's line last night, the time they spent in the O-zone, they probably spent half of their shift in the O-zone, creating possession, creating shot and stuff like that. If you look at Stanny's line, off the forecheck, they generate a lot. They possess the puck. They had a few shifts where, they had tough assignment. We didn't hide them. They play against their top line 3 or 4 times in the game, so they're doing a really good job. And Crosser's line yesterday, they had a tough assignment playing against McDavid, probably 90% of their shift, and they generate a big goal, and they generate a few good chance of the forecheck. So for me, that is, you score 3 goals at 5-on-5 in the NHL, it's a pretty good night. Obviously, we'll have loved to draw a few more penalties. I think we did enough to draw penalties. Didn't happen, unfortunately. And when you have only one power play, you never know how it will go. It's a flip. It's a coin flip. If you have a good start and a good momentum and a few good bounce, win the face-off, that can be a really good power play. If you have a bad one, now it's the only one you had in the game. So tough to judge. Everybody will have a good shift or a bad shift in the game. That doesn't make you your line being a good line or having a good game. I think you need more than one to judge if it was effective. So that's unfortunate.
There's a lot of reasons why Alex Kerfoot's played in the league a long time.
Yeah.
It just seems to me like he always makes the next play.
Yeah.
I'm curious, aside from offense, why do you have so much trust in him as a player?
He's really professional. His focus, his preparation, his desire to do the job every day, and his commitment of doing what's right for the team. I never talked to Karks about playing the right way. Kerfy about playing the right way. He just play the right way. He wants to play the right way. He wants his teammate to play the right way. He prepare himself the right way. There's nothing about Kerfy who I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if he will do it. I don't know if he will be ready, or I always know. He's the kind of a guy, as a coach, you have those guys where, okay, there's whatever the situation, you look at the bench and first guy you see it's Kerfy. Okay, let's send Kerfy, and who's going with Kerfy? It's about all situation, he will be ready for it. Not saying he's McDavid, but I'm saying he has a preparation and a professionalism who make him be ready for every situation. And the other thing I often say about Kerfy, everything he touch get better. You put him on the PK get better. You put him on this line get better. You put him on the next line, this line get better. I think that's the player he is.
And you've talked about Logan Cooley's competitiveness all year. We see the flash of skill pretty much every game. Yeah. What's the biggest leap defensively you've seen from him from last year to this year?
Well, I personally think he's elite defensively, which Cools needs to control his emotion, and that's the topic with him all the time. His competitiveness, get him in the place we all love to have that kind of a player who's so competitive, but then the monster get out of control and all get out, and now it's not the same. Now he's running to get the puck and stuff like that. When he stay under control, his stick, his read, he stay underneath the puck, he's unreal. Yesterday he has a situation where it's McDavid and a one-on-one, and Cools they decide with him. I'm not saying he didn't work. He worked hard, but there's not a lot of guys who can twist and turn with that kind of a player. But he stayed with him. He stayed on the right side, stick on puck. McDavid had to move the puck. That showed this guy can play, can think, and can play at that elite level. I think that said, he's an offensive player. When the offense not going the way he wants, he tend to try to do a little bit too much, and that can hurt him. But I will say that he's pretty good defensively already.
André, last night you were talking with the media about comebacks, and it's just part of the game in the NHL. But can you kind of explain how you want your team to play, whether it's up 2-0 or down 2-0 in the first versus in the third? What's different?
No, I don't want that to be different. I think that's if you have to change the way you play because you defend, why you don't play like that from the beginning? If you think that's the best way to play, that makes no sense to me. We think the way we play is the best way to win the game, to score more than our opponent. Why will we change? So it's as a human. Sometimes when it's the same thing in life, you want to protect what you have. So sometimes when you have a lead, you get on your heels a little bit instead to keep pushing forward. That's mental. It's not systematic. It's mental. We need to go over that hump and keep playing. Having that said, example, yesterday we're leading 2-0. Okay, we give an unmanned rush, they score. Okay, stuff will happen. It's a really good team on the other side. Okay, good. The very next shift, everybody say, we got on our heels. Whoa, very next shift, we got a chance of the rush, a chance of the forecheck, and we drew a penalty. that's pretty good to play on our heels. You know, I mean, that we were not on our heels. We kept pushing. We got a power play didn't work. They got a power play. They scored the next 2 goals in the power play. It's not like we stopped playing. It's not like we backed up. They're a good team. They scored on unman rush. We didn't score on our power play. They scored on theirs. It's just a good hockey game. Like the way we went in the third, we kept pushing. We made a great play in entries. We scored a big goal, and then the rest of the game we didn't back them. We were more nervous because we're human, but we did not change the way we play. And if you look early in the season, we were really nervous. Now we could feel there were some nerve, but we didn't stop playing. We didn't stop pushing or trying to make plays and forechecking and those kind of things. So we see the growth.